It's a very expensive experiment.
It is. Hi dancers, it's Teacher Nina. I'm with Ning today. So Ning is one of my adult dancers. She offered to lend me her Gaynor Lyras. So I wanted to do a comparison video with the US Gaynors. I have the beautiful cappuccino Gaynors, and I also have the European ones, which I use for a good maybe 4 months for a quarter or so. And then these are the Lyras. So we're gonna compare them a little bit. We actually did the first video, but it didn't work out because we felt like we needed to share a little bit more, especially after use. So these are more of our observations after use already, after a while, and how they look like and how they feel. Yes. So we want to talk about the fabric. Although these ones are in, how do you call this? Cappuccino, so we can't really compare the color to these two because these are beautiful, by the way. So they're really nice, but the fabric is really different with the US. These are a little heavier, especially the EU ones. The EU ones are really thick, and I don't know how else to
different.
Yeah, it's different.
But they say it's the exact same construction as the US.
Yeah, but they're not. They always say it is, and then it's not. It's clearly not, because you can see how it bends, and this one's just like that. It's like more out of it. Yeah, these are really flexible. I love the US ones. We all did until they were gone. And then the Lyras, they're a bit softer, so they did manage to get a better fabric compared to the European ones, and they tried to get the same kind of shine, right?
Or if they tried to match the softness of the
US fabric.
So the Lyras are completely different from the US and the EU because they changed the sole. It's softer.
Supposedly.
So the new sole and the softer satin is supposed to bring back the feeling of the old.
Yes. What's funny is, comparing the sole, actually, I feel like the European ones have...
They're the exact same sole as the US.
Exact same sole as the US. And then you have the Lyras, which are...
So they changed two things, the fabric and the sole. So the EU, they just changed the fabric.
And then the Lyras, they really changed it. And it's like coming out really high too.
Yes.
But
if you touch it, it's really soft and it's really bendy.
So initially, we really thought that, okay, this might be it, you know. Yeah. So we did a first review thinking, okay, let's release it in a few weeks, and hopefully it gets, I think it's nice and soft, and we can do another review after use. But we did bend it a lot, and this is in the softest. Second soft feather. Yeah, so it's the feather shank, and we really thought they would work, but they did not. So we're gonna get to that one. So yeah, I can really tell also, including the suede
thicker.
Yeah, it's a lot thicker than the ones on the EUs.
Doesn't seem as flat either.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as flat either. I agree. So they're a little bit more long. So
too rounded over here. I don't remember the EUs being this round.
Yeah. They tried though. I'll give it to them. And then they're made in Europe also, frankly.
And it's just so expensive. It's a very expensive experiment.
It is. We're gonna wear them. So we're gonna compare them for you. So I'm gonna wear the US and then maybe show you the difference with the EU first. And she'll wear the Lyras. Funny is, Ning and I actually wear the same size. So it's great for me. Wait, I'm wearing it on the wrong side. The US Okay, these are the EU ones.
These are the Lyras.
Yeah, these are the Lyras.
They're pretty.
They are very pretty actually, but there's something about the shape of and the function of the US shoe that I really enjoy. I know a lot of people complain about the roll through a lot. I mean, I did in my past videos, but I enjoyed the US ones. I just always had Achilles pain with gainers, which is why I don't use them a lot for dances that need a lot of jumps. But yeah, but you can compare the there's the EU, then the US, especially. They really don't go over. I really try. I mean, these are already soft, but I try. Am I just weak? Or no, I'm not. No. They really just don't go over. So even in relevance, I really have a hard time going through the shape of the EUs. That's how they look and how they feel. They're exactly the same box. So I remember when I also was trying to or planning to buy these, they seemed like a good idea because like they tell you it's the same as the US ones, and then they also tell you it's the same feel or it's just a different shape. And then when I started using them more and more, they just kept pulling back more and more like that. So there. Even when I turn, I'll feel it go this way instead of going over.
Yes.
And I'll try, and I always think it's a me problem until, I don't know, I try more and more, it's never on top. And yeah, it just feels really hard because the more I try to go over my foot, the more painful actually it starts to get around here, for me at least. So
I actually felt that.
Yeah. And it's hard because it's almost like you're sinking into everything, trying to get over your box, and then your knees bend so they don't look like a nice shape. That's me personally. They look beautiful. Honestly, they really do. But I have a student, we'll not name her name, but we'll put her picture here. When she dances, I feel like it does the same as the EU ones, where you can't exactly go completely over. She just, I don't know, she just pulls back. And this is already on a very broken issue because, I mean, we use our shoes like about maybe 4 or 5 days a week. It should be, doing its work.
They're actually really soft and there's nice roll.
It's actually really nice. I think they try to address the roll through a lot because people are complaining about the roll through. I mean, it will never roll through like a traditional shoe, which I understand because of the shank.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want the point shoe to function well. So
So this is my strong foot, and this is me just standing. But if I'm gonna go like up,
they actually look nice.
fine, looks nice right now. But I couldn't do anything if I'm like on my own. Like if I'm doing the center exercises, it's so difficult. Like this is me like standing on both feet, kinda. I won't do anything with my body shape, but I really feel pulled back. But if I wanna go up like correctly, I'm using so much strength on my ankle, and I feel like I'm overstretching the top of my foot, and it gives me arch cramps.
They look great though.
Yeah, but even if like you see that I'm really I'm fighting for my life just to go over the box, like, but it's not necessary. Like that's not something a point you should do. Like you don't want to have to constantly fight your shoe, right? Like ballet is hard enough.
Yeah. But these are my US ones. I really love them. Yeah. Something about the way it stands is just really different. I still think and really love the US shoes a lot more. I mean, you can compare it even to the EUs. You can tell that, like they're the same. They're exactly the same. Same box, same, yeah, just different model. Yeah, same. But I can see why it starts to pull back. It's interesting because this is a smaller box, but it actually feels a little bit wider.
Oh, wide.
Yeah, it feels wider for me compared to these two, and they're the same size, but they feel wider. Yeah, they feel looser. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I also feel the same thing I felt on the EUs. I don't know if you remember, but that's how they feel.
Yeah.
What's hard about gainers, I think, is it's not just the shank that you can't really choose from. Like, I mean, you can choose from like the softness, but this is already the softest.
One of the softest.
Yes, one of the softest ones. And to me, they really still feel like there. You can see, especially on my left.
Yeah, I generally love a good soft shoe. Like, I love soft shoes, like almost dead. But this is not it. Like, it's pretty when you prop your foot up to point, but
it's great, but the effort is like way too much. Like, this is way too much
unnecessary effort.
Yeah.
For point.
It's like I'm really fighting to get my foot on top, and I know I can because I do that with all my other shoes. But then there's a lot of work. I mean, what shoes are a lot of work.
Like, you may be strong enough, but it might cause problems at some point.
Yeah, so they sorry, I did fall. But yeah, that's how they feel like. That's for me. Although these don't have the ribbons, I don't think they'll feel much different. Yeah, even with the ribbons. So there. That's most of our reviews about the Lyras. I mean, they've been around for so long. So I remember using them for so long in the company because they were most economical kind of shoe. I love having them as like extras. It's just, they're starting to, the quality is just not giving us.
They were the most reliable shoe ever. Like, when I would wear the US ones, I don't have to worry about anything, and I'm sure everyone felt that way.
Yeah.
But now, like, for the
EUs and the
Lyras, I feel so insecure in them in every way.
So there, that's most of our review. Yeah, can't say much right now, but we will try to use the Lyras a little bit more. And if you guys have any thoughts on them, let us know, because I understand there's a lot of talk about how the US are still the best, and I understand, but if there are some like tips to make the Lyras.
I did the EU. I had the EU. You could spray alcohol on the parts that are stiff for you. I did it with the Lyras too.
No.
But the EUs, they weren't.
I think the EUs generally were shaped kind of like this. But I remember Ning spraying a lot of alcohol, and then we just molded the shoe a lot.
Each time I go to class, I spray.
Yeah, and then it kind of helped in a way to shape similarly to the US ones.
It softened it a lot. But when they were brand new,
they were
insane.
Yeah, they were. I remember they pulled back so much. And the thing is, like, they're supposed to be similar. The shape is just not working.
My arches were cramping all the time. Yeah. Like, I thought I was just being dramatic, but I wasn't. It's not a me problem.
It's true. Especially since we dance quite a lot. I just feel like it's not us anymore. So there. Anyway, I do hope that you enjoy it. Let us know what else you think in the comment section. If you like this video, let us know, and if you want to hear anything else about shoes, it would be great. We just like doing reviews now that we're back in the studio and everything. So yeah, it's Tisha Nina, and this is me. I have to see you guys till the next one. Bye!